So to kick off this discussion, I would like to start with a very simple question to the four of you, starting with you, Rym, and going all the way to the left. So in one sentence, what drives your commitment to youth empowerment in Lebanon?
Well, the youth are the future and the hope for better Lebanon.
In one sentence. So Rym did it, you can do it.
I know, she's a strategist. So in one sentence, so I think the youth have all the opportunities for us to transform the world and make it better than what we made it. So it's for them. This is their space. We want to help.
So I believe empowering the youth is the only way to rebuild a stronger and a more sustainable Lebanon.
Despite all the challenges that we are facing, Lebanon youth prove that they are innovative, resourceful, and also they can face any challenges that could happen.
Thank you. So this is actually what I wanted to do, to write as an introduction to this panel, but it's great coming from all four of you. Rym, let me start with you. So from a multinational's perspective, how can large corporations such as PepsiCo support local youth innovation in emerging markets like Lebanon? And what role do strategic partnerships play in enabling youth-led sustainability projects?
Okay, so from PepsiCo perspective, I mean, it's key to support youth innovation in Lebanon, countries like Lebanon, because I think the key here is collaboration, the word collaboration, which is combining the global or the reach of the global corporations and the insights of the local partners. And I think this cannot be done with like one entity can do that. We have to come all together. So you have the private sector, we have the civil community, we have the entrepreneurship community. If all this come together, then the impact for, or the potential for the impact would become much more significant. And in PepsiCo, we have launched something called, as you can see, MENA Innovates. And it's a regional platform that champions sustainability and innovation across Middle East and North Africa. And it focuses on a couple of items. So what we did is, this is an umbrella. And under the umbrella, we have programs such as the Youth Impact Studio and the Mega Green Accelerator. And I'll just touch point on these two because they're really very important programs. So the first one, the Youth Impact Studio, this is mainly focusing on youth-led organizations or entrepreneurship people who are focusing on sustainability and the innovation. And then you have also the Mega Green Accelerator. And this is something where the startups will come in and show their ideas and solutions. So from Lebanon, we had YY Regen, we had Nadira, and we had also
Duda. Yes,
Duda.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then also what we did is, in addition to these two programs, PepsiCo has been supporting the youth development in Lebanon through the Tumuh Abdel Latif Scholarship Program. This is something that has been running for 2 decades, and we have supported over 4,500 students across Lebanon. So I think really, I mean, in Lebanon, the youth is something, we have rich talent in Lebanon, and PepsiCo stands with the youth who will go beyond boundaries and also try to prove that the impossible is possible.
Thank you, Rym. So just starting where Rym just finished, so to prove that the impossible is possible, so I have a question for you, Ramy, actually. So in a very challenging context like Lebanon, where we have economic challenges that usually push businesses to focus more on survival, so how do you think young innovators can build ventures that not only generate income, but also drive meaningful social and environmental impact?
You'll be surprised, Rachel, when we deal with the youth in Lebanon, especially the young generation that are starting their business, that as soon as they start thinking about a business, they look at all aspects of it. The social part, the environmental part, the concept of not doing harm to people or abuse. So I think it's becoming more of being exposed to doing better, to seeing better. And we enforce that knowledge by taking it from an instinct into a responsibility, by exposing them to how, when they look at a business and looking at the interest of the people that want to buy from that business or interact with that business, that having a sustainability strategy that focuses on the three aspects of sustainability, environment, social, and economical, they'll have a much more solid resilience in terms of sustaining all those shocks, because people build trust in that brand. They build trust in that building, that they know that they are there to stay, they are doing something. So naturally, what we're seeing, especially with the startups that are starting and scaling, the importance of looking at sustainability, at believing in what they're doing and doing it right, is core in succeeding as a business model in a context like Lebanon, where a lot of uncertainties are there, a lot of movement in economy, in social barriers, and so on. So I believe it's something that is natural to our youth these days, but empowering, bringing the methodology, opening up examples for them makes a big difference.
Thank you, Ramy. So Libana, it would be great, after what Ramy just mentioned, to see your perspective as a young entrepreneur who actually, as far as I know, you launched your startup at very, very challenging times. I mean, in this country, unfortunately, it's always very challenging. But it would be great to know from your experience, and also to share this with the youth and with the future entrepreneurs here in the room, on what were the biggest challenges, but also what were the biggest opportunities that you faced while trying to build your green startup.
To be very honest, Rach, I started Recyco in one of the most toughest time in Lebanon. It was in 2020, right in the middle of COVID, during a full financial collapse, and just 2 weeks prior to the Beirut car explosion. I had no resources, no team, just one rented truck, and a lot of passion and faith. Everyone told me that's not the right moment to do anything, but I believe that challenges create clarity, and they push you to be more creative and to be more resourceful and to focus on the solutions that really matters. So the challenges in Lebanon are a lot. There is no stability, there is no access to any overdraft, there is no funding, so the whole system is broken. But I believe that there is opportunity in Lebanon, and there is a lot of problem around us, especially in waste and in sustainability. So if we can offer a simple and a clear solution, everyone will respond. And since the market is still growing, there is room to grow, but if you are consistent, definitely. So my message to every young entrepreneur is, don't wait for the perfect time, because it will never come, never. Start small, start with what you have, and don't be afraid to ask. And the most important thing for me is for them to stay committed whenever it gets tough, because it's gonna get tough.
Thank you, Libana. So I think both Ramy and yourself mentioned so that startups need to believe in themselves despite everything that is happening, believe in their model, believe in the impact that they're trying to drive, and eventually challenges are still always there. So Hasan, my question for you is, we do know that sometimes there are some opportunities and some kind of support that can ease a bit these challenges or help you navigate through them. So based on your experience at YY Regen, what type of support do you think is needed most urgently over other type of support?
So we started in 2021 with an idea stage, and we graduated from Berytech. So at that time we had an idea, and we didn't know how to proceed with this idea and how to scale this idea. So I think what most of the entrepreneurs are facing now, it is major 2 or 3 issues that are access to funding, the regulations, so they don't know the regulations in Lebanon, and also the guidance and mentorship. So I believe there is a lot of people here and that they know and they have an innovative idea, but they don't know how to turn this idea into a business. So these are the three major issues that I think we faced at the beginning, and thanks to the programs that we've been into, they helped us to tackle these issues and to scale up and to develop and to turn our idea into a validated business and to scale it up, either in Lebanon and also beyond Lebanon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Hasan. So, Reem, back to you and to what you mentioned actually on the first question on all the programs that are tackling youth specifically, be it at PepsiCo or be it across the ecosystem in the region, not necessarily only in Lebanon. And from your leadership perspective, how is PepsiCo adapting its transformation strategies to stay relevant to the new generation, so the Gen Z that we all call it? So how are these transformation strategies being relevant to the Gen Z around sustainability? And we know that they are becoming more and more demanding for purpose-driven brands. So what can you tell us from PepsiCo's perspective?
So, Rachel, I mean, the Gen Z are redefining what it means to engage with the brand. So while, yes, they're looking for the price, they're looking for a specific flavor, but they are also looking for the values behind it, the values, the transparency, and the real impact that we have from these products. And in PepsiCo, we actually had to rethink how we operate because of this shift in the mindset. And we have something called, we have our transformation strategy, which is built on the PepsiCo Positive. And this is based on a design or a platform where it's actually embedding both sustainability and purpose at the core of everything we do. So, for instance, it goes to how we want to source our ingredients, how we are packaging our products, and even how we are showing up in the community. So we've been investing in sustainability for a couple of years now. We've also partnering with young-led organizations to support this. And I think from a transformation point of view, I mean, today the transformation is not just reacting to a trend. It's actually co-building the future with the next generation. And I think what PepsiCo is doing is creating a space for the Gen Zs to come to share their ideas and solutions, talk to us, and then also shape the future and inspire others.
Thank you, Reem. And going from there to Libana, actually, so Reem just mentioned that PepsiCo have many initiatives, especially with youth-led startups or solutions. So you've been partnering up with PepsiCo for, I think, 2 years now, mostly on collection programs, but more importantly on awareness. And you've been exposed to Gen Z, but also to kids, to parents, so everywhere, because the programs are at schools, at sports outlets and academies as well. So my question would be, what insights have you gained when you are focusing these campaigns on schools and sports communities, and how can we engage youth with sustainability, and how can we actually move them from awareness to active leadership when it comes to the circular economy?
Okay, Rich, through our collaboration with the PepsiCo, whether in the schools, in the Bin to Win, or by promoting sustainability through recycling programs with the paddle courts and the Jawdeh Academy, we were able to connect with the youth in different environments. But what it was so clear, and as I have mentioned before, whenever the message is fun, simple, and relatable, young people will show full energy. They will not only listen, they will take action, they will act, they will sort, they will compete, and they will set an example. So for me, youth are the hardcore of each
community
environment. So what we have to do is to let them be, we have to let them lead. We have to listen for their ideas. We have to support them. We have to create programs for them to be like co-creators and not only participants. That's how we lead and we create a generation that lead perfectly the circular economy through passion and not through obligation. Thank you.
Thank you, Libana. So Ramy, back to you, and I think from your long experience in the ecosystem, but also at Berytech, we've noticed that innovation hubs like Berytech and others can support in strengthening collaboration with corporates. And I mean, through Berytech, we were able, as PepsiCo, to get to know several initiatives, several startups, to partner with them and to actually adopt their solutions for our day-to-day operations. My question is, how do you think the role of these innovation hubs would be on strengthening this collaboration, not only with corporates, but also with the public sector, so to scale these youth-led solutions to have larger impact across Lebanon?
You know, when we look at the experience we've had with PepsiCo over the last few years, whether it's Nadira, with Yalla Return, whether it's Jawdeh, whether it's Regen, and others who did not maybe made it to the finals, but were graduates from us, the experience of working with a corporate, with a multinational that aligns with, you know, the needs of the community and go and search for solutions that are built from within the community is transformational, because you give them the space when others are not open to test, invest, or open doors. And I think one of the major roles of, you know, innovation hubs like Berytech is to not only support them in their transformation and taking an idea and converting it into something bigger, but to open doors for them through partners like PepsiCo is with Berytech, by opening and talking with the right people that are willing to invest in those solutions, test those solutions, and maybe connect through their supply chain and so on. So this is super important, and there is that importance of sometimes in innovation hubs or in the entrepreneurship space, people think that they are in a bubble, but that bubble needs to be much wider to engage the community and scale those solutions, because when they scale, they become more investable. But the early adopters, the early testers, like PepsiCo did with many of the startups with whom we work, have opened doors to investments, to sustaining those businesses, to scaling their ideas, and so on. When it comes to government, it's the same thing. When we look at governments that are willing to test solutions, to open doors for startups to be there, showcasing their experiences. We've had the Minister of AI here before.
Yes.
We've talked about a whole infrastructure and tools and mechanisms that will be put in place to get innovators from, you know, the ecosystem that will be able to build solutions and so on. So the government also plays an important role, but the role of innovation hubs is crucial in ensuring that those startups reach to the markets, to the connectors, to the organization that would help them get where they need to test, scale, and grow.
That's actually not only scaling and growing, and I think we do have a live example today, which is Hasan, but also giving back again to other startups and to the youth. So Hasan, for those who don't know, so actually as Regen, besides being a graduate from Berytech, you also are a graduate of the Mega Green Accelerator and the Greenhouse Accelerator. So my question to you now is, today we will see later on in the session that you are also offering internship opportunities to youth who are interested in getting to know more about sustainability, about social impact, about these most pressing challenges I think that we are facing in terms of environment and others. So my question to you is, what kind of mentorship supported you and helped shape your journey? And now, today, how can startups like you give back through the opportunities like internships to the youth?
Okay, so as you mentioned, Rachel, we've been part of several programs within Berytech and 2 programs within PepsiCo. We benefited a lot, especially getting to know investors and real-life examples and exposure in new markets on a regional level, not only on a local level. While also we started in an idea stage within Berytech, and they help us to go to market, access to finance, and also to scale up and to reach into the market and to tap into the market, while also validation and doing our market prototype at the early stage. So now I think as we, at the early stage, we got help from entities to scale up and to reach at this stage. I think YY Region, it's time to offer also and to give back to the community and to this sector. So we are offering internships to university students and to early stage startups as a mentorship to help them also to learn from our journey and how we have, where we achieved and what also at the beginning, what feedback we have received from mentors. And failure is not an excuse. We will fail. Failure will help us to learn and also to succeed and to reach a different level.
Thank you, Hasan. So I want to thank you all of our panelists for sharing these valuable insights and for the very interesting discussion. I personally had the chance and the privilege to work very closely with all four of you. And I know how, I really truly admire how dedicated you are to impact and to the impact that you bring actually to the Lebanese community and to the Lebanese youth specifically. I think just to summarize all of our discussions, today's discussion shows that sustainable change can only happen through strong partnerships and strong collaboration across all sectors, so be it the private sector, the public sector, the civil society, the new startups and the entrepreneurs. And through that, we can empower youth and create a lasting community transformation. So thank you all for being part of this important journey. Let's give them a round of applause.